Welcome to New Day Cleveland. I'm David Moss, and even though we're just a little bit more than an hour from Cleveland, we're at a place that's always sunny and 84. And if you haven't guessed yet, it's Kalahari Resorts and Conventions, a place for everyone, one of America's largest water parks, and it's right here in Sandusky. So we're going to learn a whole lot more about it this next hour and find out, well, how it all got started. So here we go. Here's Kalahari.
Well, aside from just being here at Kalahari Resort and Conventions, I think something else that's really neat is we have one of the owners joining us for this hour-long show today. Travis Nelson, second generation of the Nelson family.
Yes.
You have had this location open since 2005, correct?
Yep.
Why do you think it is that people are so drawn to your resort here?
Well, what's cool about Kalahari is we're a family. We're a family business. There's 5 kids in the second generation of my parents, and this is our show. And so we just do what we would like, what our family would enjoy on vacation. And that means something new, something cool, all the time. So every time you come back to Kalahari, you're going to find something unique.
And I love the aspect of this that you can walk in here and you don't have to leave the property. I mean, it's all under one roof.
Exactly right. Park your car, forget about it. You know, you got obviously Ohio's largest indoor water park. We've got tons of drive features. We've got outdoor, we've got spa, and we've got incredible dining as well.
And the thing that I think is so intriguing about the Nelson family is that you are all world travelers, big time world travelers. I know Africa clearly plays a role here. So how does the family traveling come into effect with Kalahari Resorts and Conventions?
Well, it actually is really cool. Having Kalahari and having the African theme has allowed us to really explore Africa over the decades. And we've been so lucky to do that. When we first decided we were going to go with African theme, we weren't really sure if it was going to connect with our guests. It wasn't really being done at the time. We traveled to Africa in 1997 to do research by art, and we got off the plane and fell in love. I mean, there's so much there, the music, the people, the culture, the art. And we just wanted to just relay that to our guests in an authentic manner. So we go and buy art from the artist and bring that back and display it in our guests at our resort and tell those stories.
Now, when you say bring the art back, are you saying that, I mean, you almost handpicked everything that is in here?
We literally have purchased everything ourselves from the artist in a small market, talked about it, you know, haggled with them a little bit to get the best price, put all that in shipping containers. When we opened this resort, we brought in 4 giant shipping containers full of art.
Wow.
And then we just said, well, would this look good here? Would it look good there? And we're moving these big, heavy pieces all over and trying to find the perfect spot for it.
So, and I know some of the coolest artwork too is right down in the hallways there of the near the convention center area.
Yeah.
Those are very precious pieces of artwork there.
Yeah, and we actually have got to know that artist really well over the years. His name is Yeb, Y-E-B. So we call it Yeb art. And he has a really unique process where he hand dyes silk, and then he braids it and then puts it together in unique patterns. Usually does a lot of people and like music and art and they're dancing and it's beautiful. I mean, it's extravagant, really bright, really awesome. And we display that proudly at all 3 of our resorts.
That is, it's so wild, it's so cool. And I know what's right behind us not only is such a huge focal point when you're here, but there's a lot of significance to the fireplace here.
Yeah, we're at the Big 5 fireplace, which depicts the big 5 animals of Africa. The elephant, the Cape buffalo, the lion, the leopard, and the rhino. Those are the big 5 animals, like the American bald eagle for the continent of Africa. And you know, you go there, that's the goal. When you go on a safari, you want to see all big,
And
all
your
5.
family did you not? Were you able to see all 5?
We saw all 5 in one day, which is incredible. It rarely ever happens. We got to see all 5 in one day. And that was a really cool day for us. One of my favorite safaris we've ever been on. And so we want to display them because animals are really important to Africa as well. So they're depicted all throughout our resort as well.
And you have all 5 up here, right? There's 3 on this side, a couple on the other side.
Yeah, we've got a big elephant right when you walk in. One of the first things you see is a big bull elephant. So I mean, what's more African than an elephant?
Well, and I think it's so neat that we have one of the owners here and we're able to talk with you. And I know that people love this place. What do you hope people get out of it when they come?
Well, not everyone's going to have the opportunity to travel to Africa. So one of the coolest things, obviously, you're going to have a great time with your family. You're going to play. You're going to have memories forever. But to be able to experience some of the authentic Africa is really special for us. You can watch our documentary films where we actually filmed some of our travels in Africa. We had some really crazy adventures. They're on in your guest room. We talk to guests all the time and say, we watched your videos for hours last night. You know, we're up till midnight. And that's really fun to see that those stories are relating and they're actually getting to experience that real Africa.
Well, and I know you might not, like he's saying, get to go to Africa, but we are going to explore this entire resort today, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. So come along for the ride.
Can't wait.
Yes, I'm outdoors at Kalahari, and that's because there's a whole lot to do outdoors. Of course, you know, indoors is a magical, wet, indoor park that is just fabulous and fantastic year-round. But when summer rolls around, outdoors is beautiful. I'm here with Brian. He's one of the engineers, the guys in charge of taking care of all this stuff out here. And outdoors is just like it's a whole new world out here, isn't it?
Absolutely. Get your tan on, enjoy the slides, enjoy the ropes course, everything.
Yeah, and if you haven't been here in a few years, like I think I was out here maybe 6 or 7 years ago, not all this was built out here. I mean, there's a little pool, but now there's a big pool, so you can sit around the pool, chaise lounge, like you said, suntan and all that kind of thing. But here we have some outdoor action that's special.
Absolutely.
How many slides here?
Well, we've got 5 slides out here. Body slides, raft slides, and it's an extreme rush out here.
I think the one called the Stinger, that's the one the kids like a lot.
The Stingray, yeah.
Or Stingray, that's it.
Yeah, so you're starting from the top, and then when you come down, you're using all that energy and going right up a wall there.
Yeah, and you're in a raft on that one. So some of you are in a raft, and some you're just going like butts to the wall.
Oh yeah, one of the body slides, the extreme rush, you're standing up in a platform and it just drops out on you. So you're just standing, and all of a sudden, 100%.
So if you want to do all those things, like if you came down here, you walked out here, you got up from the pool, you came down here, how long would it take you to do all of those slides?
Not long, 25 minutes maybe.
25 minutes, okay. So you're all refreshed and you're ready to go. How about a little rock climbing?
Oh yeah.
Climbing a rocky wall. So what's that like?
Well, get your hands dry first, but you're gonna be walking over that way, and you're going up a wall in a harness. You get to the top and you can fall down and no problem.
So you grip these little rocks and you pull yourself up, and I see the first one, the easy one, they're a little closer together and you don't go as high.
Yeah, it's just a little bit easier, good for the kids, maybe the first timers.
Yeah.
That works out pretty well, but you can move on over to medium, hard, and the hardest side.
And what happens when you fall?
We've got a belay there that just slowly brings you back down. That's the fun part. I like that part.
So that's sort of like an automatic kind of thing. You're just attached to it. You fall, it's like, okay, I'll try it again.
Yeah. Yep,
Okay.
and you can just go right back up.
And what's this? There's a train in your backyard.
There's a train in our backyard.
Look at
The
that.
kids love it. Look at that.
And speaking of being able to see the whole place in a different way other than train, how about the zip lines? That'd be a good way to get around.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're starting from 77 feet, dropping about 10 foot each time you're going around, but you get a great aerial view and get the bird's eye view.
You said, Ryan, you said going around, but you're really going a square.
Yeah, you're going in a complete square around the outdoor
Yeah,
park.
it is fantastic. So you go 70 feet there, you put your harness on,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you get to each tower, all you have to do is unhook, hook on to the next one and go.
Yep, and there's someone up there helping you out the whole way.
Yeah, so we've got the zip line out here, we've got the rock wall out here, we've got a bar,
You got a bar and a ropes course.
we've got the beautiful slides, the pool, and a lot of friendly people. When you come out here, make sure you say hey to Brian.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
When you're up here at Kalahari and you spend a few days, maybe even a week at times, getting in and out of the water, you know, you need a break right here and there. Carolyn, this is definitely the place to take a break.
You are right. Welcome to the big game room, Natalie.
It's huge.
Hundreds of the best, newest arcade and redemption games that you get to earn tickets and turn into this massive prize counter.
The parents love that because then all the toys and all the stuffed animals go home in the van. And they're like, oh, that's one more thing to add to the mix. But hey, when they're here, it keeps the kids so busy, and the adults too, I'm sure.
Yes, there is something here for the whole family. We love all of the different unique areas of this big game room. There is virtual reality, mini bowling, mini golf, endless games. It is a blast.
The virtual reality looks so cool. When you walk by here, you see these people with the headsets on, and they're over there like doing them like, what are they doing? But they know what they're doing because they're in their own little virtual world over there.
Exactly.
You mentioned mini golf.
Yes.
This is a really cool mini golf course.
Yes, thank you. Madagascar mini golf is a wild adventure, blacklight fun. It's like a safari. You'll see animals, elephants, lions. It's 9 holes, and again, it's so fun for the little ones and mom and dad.
That's the thing. You
Right.
can. It's an event where an activity you can get the whole family involved in it. I know maybe the little baby ones can't do the laser tag, but I'm sure the teenagers go crazy over that.
Laser tag is a blast. It is a fun workout. I love it too because, I mean, you're running around, the music gets you going, and again, a great competition, shows your names, who the winner is, high points.
And let me tell you, I thought 3D theaters were cool, and then I saw that there is a 7D theater here. So that's something that people can't miss when they come in here. Another thing is the mini bowling.
Mini bowling, so little mini balls, they're about 5 pounds, and our mini bowling doesn't require special shoes. And any age can do it. So bring the whole family, get those competitive juices flowing, and compete for, or just have fun, for 10 frames of mini bowling.
It depends on what you're in the mood for, right? A little bit of competition or just a little bit of fun. When it comes to the arcade games, which I know take up the majority of the floor down here,
Yeah.
I look at some of these and I think, oh my gosh, I remember this as a kid. Like you had the skee ball, all the claw games that are here, but then there's some new ones that I'm like, wow. I mean, the kids, and I think adults, you get the adults in on some of these things too because they haven't seen some of them before.
Right, I love it too. It reminds me of my childhood,
right?
Too, Natalie. Everything from the claw games to, you know, banging the mole head.
Oh yes, I remember that one too.
Yeah.
And then they can take all the tickets they earn,
yeah,
and cash in on, as you mentioned, some good prizes over there.
Exactly, just a massive selection at the redemption counter.
So we're doing all this talking. There's so many things to see and do here. We cannot leave the arcade without having a little fun ourselves, right? It's only fair, right?
I love it, Natalie.
We're gonna figure out what we're gonna play. You can come with us.
All right.
Our road trip continues after the break. You know, when you are at an amazing resort like Kalahari, you often wonder, who thought of this? Where did something like this come from? Well, I happen to have the guy sitting next to me who can answer all of our questions for us, Travis Nelson, the Nelson family, that has really, you've made this an incredible family business. But the big question is, how did you guys start this?
Yeah, well, we got lucky that we happened to be living in the town where the indoor water park was created, Wisconsin Dells. We always had restaurants and bars and things in our area. We're always entrepreneurial. And when the first indoor water park was open, our seasonal destination, tourist town, that resort was busy in the off season. And my dad was smart enough to say, that's the business I want to be in. And we opened our first indoor water park in 1997. It was 13,000 square feet. The Sandusky Resort, the water park we're in now, is 178,000 square feet. So the industry has grown quite a bit over the years, and we've been lucky enough to be in there early and grow with it.
There are so many things to do here, so many different facets of what you have under one roof. And I know every year there seems to be something new, and there's a lot of new things happening right now.
Yeah, we try to offer something new to our guests every single year, so there's a reason for them to come back next summer. And this summer is no different. We opened an incredible children's play feature in the outdoor water park called Bugs Burrow. And it focuses on kids 42 inches and under. So there's slides that get progressively taller and darker and more, and you get more brave. So as you go up, you get a little braver each time, and by the time you're at the top, you're ready to tackle the biggest slide.
So I'm hearing a lot too about the Storm Chaser. What is it?
Yeah, it's one of the coolest rides in the water park. It's actually an interactive, like, video game slide. So your board has 4 colored buttons on it, and as you slide down, you pass these paths that have lights on them, and you have to pick the right color combination as you go by. And when you get down, it tells you how many you score correct, you actually get a score. And you can, the more you ride it, the more levels you achieve, and the harder it gets. So kids will ride that over and over and over again and try to get the high score. And they show the highest score of the day, of the week, of the year, and it's really cool.
And then outside, I mean, because I know there's a lot of really neat things outside, you have something new that's outdoors as well.
We opened a brand new slide complex that has 5 of the biggest and best slides in the industry. So these are really thrilling rides. One of them actually called Extreme Rush. The floor actually drops out from under you.
Yeah, I won't be going on that, but everybody else can.
It's a straight down 60-foot drop. It's actually really scary.
I would think so, but there's a lot of adventure seekers that come here to Kalahari, so they'll be willing to get on there and try that. Now, I know your family's heavily involved in everything that you do here at the resort. Do you get on some of these rides? Do you have to test them out to make sure people are going to like them?
We actually do. Before we install a ride, we do travel and try them. And with the drop slide, I actually didn't go on it. I was actually too scared. My brother went. He's like, "It's great. They'll love it." I'm like, "Okay, we're done here."
That's all we needed to know.
Yeah.
So I know your family has documented a lot of the world travels that you have done. One of them that is super cool is Mount Kilimanjaro, and we're going to show people a little bit about that. How was that experience?
It was insane. It was one of the coolest experiences of my life, and it's so incredible that there's video evidence of it. I'll be able to show my kids and my grandkids this incredible journey up and down Mount Kilimanjaro.
In East Africa, on the border of Tanzania and Kenya, sits a natural wonder, Mount Kilimanjaro. Its summit, a jaw-dropping 19,341 feet above sea level, Mount Kilimanjaro takes hikers through 5 distinct ecosystems on a life-changing adventure. The Nelsons are among the thousands who flocked to the stratovolcano this year to push themselves physically, mentally, and emotionally in hopes of reaching the summit. Only 2/3 succeed. Knowing this, the Nelson family prepares for the climb thoroughly and with anticipation.
I'll be reading the lists and then you show me the stuff, okay?
Why don't you start with Sherry's first, because she's more organized.
Okay.
When Todd first came up with this idea, I thought he was crazy. It's not something I ever thought of doing, but the more you think about it, yeah, I want to do it too and try it. Now, here I am in Africa, and we're going to climb tomorrow, and it's so real.
Everyone is excited, but there's some nervous energy. You pack, then you unpack, and repack again, just to make sure you got everything you need.
Actually kind of nice, huh? They've all told me that the smart money on who's not going to make it is going to be me. And I completely disagree.
Everybody in the family is pretty competitive. Nobody wants to be the one halfway through that gets to turn around and come back, because that'll be the talk for quite some time.
I really believe we're all going to make it, and it's going to be challenging and fun. Now keep in mind, I'm not exactly a health nut, and I haven't ran since I was probably in high school.
I think the elevation is going to be the biggest challenge.
The highest I maybe ever climbed was our little state park called Devil's Lake. It's about 500 feet. So that'll be probably the morning snack, I think, on the climb of Kilimanjaro.
We've been working out pretty hard. I'm actually pretty proud of us. We had a workout group every morning at 7 a.m.
In the morning we do cardio, and in the afternoon was weight training. So yeah, everybody's coming in pretty fit, pretty ready to go.
We got a good team. We've got the family here. That's how we're going to overcome.
I think it helps keep our family close, and that's very, very important to me and to Sherry, and it's just going to be a beautiful thing.
Oh my gosh, it's an exciting morning. No one got any sleep last night, and we're getting ready to head off to base camp at the mountain.
I'm ready for some action. Get me some poles. You know why I know I'm safe? Because our man here is going to take care of us. Yeah. Yes, you're the man. Yep. And I'm going to follow every rule you tell me to do. Yep. Once I get to the top, I'm going to start sprinting to the bottom, so I'm going to be really thirsty.
The drive from the comforts of our lodge to Machami Gate is our last glimpse of civilization before our 6-day climb begins. Here at the base of Kilimanjaro, our team of porters make their final preparation for the arduous physical journey ahead.
So everybody's just kind of trying to get their gear together, and the porters are all deciding who's carrying what, and we've got tents and cots and food and water and bags, and it's quite a process. Kind of anxious nervousness hovering over the entire camp, but we're drinking some hot tea and getting ready for the big climb.
That first little tiny hill looks pretty big. That's my first thoughts.
In the Swahili language, the phrase pole pole means slowly, slowly. It can be heard in many contexts and many areas of Africa, but is especially useful in the slow climb up Kilimanjaro.
We've been hiking probably for 30, 45 minutes, and it's been good.
By our math, we only have 120,000 more steps to go, so.
Rough top of Africa.
Though the first day's 1,200-foot ascent through a time-worn rainforest is relatively gentle, a deliberate pace is required to acclimate to an already thinning atmosphere.
How you feeling, honey?
It is harder than I thought already.
You know, I agreed. It's just more challenging than I thought. Even though we trained, I wish we'd have trained a little different.
Yes.
Yeah.
More uphills.
More uphill. But no, it's wonderful to be here. We have a good leader in Joseph. 281 times Joseph has done it. This is his 282nd trip.
I think I just saw a monkey.
Almost to the end of the rainforest, and camp number 1.
Couple hours left.
Darkness is upon us, and we've got a good 45 minutes to go.
Okay, guys, follow me.
All right, here we go. I'm pretty excited for some warm food. Is the bar open? That's my question.
I'm feeling very tired and hungry and ready for a good night's rest. Ready for another big hike tomorrow up there.
It looks a really far ways away. And very steep and very cold. and I was very positive till just now.
Day one, we just got to camp. It's dark out, which really has made things difficult as we try to learn about our surroundings for the next 7 days on cots and sleeping bags in a tent with a lantern and a toilet outside. So it'll be interesting to see what this place looks like in the morning.
There's much more still to come.
Let's go, guys, let's go. It's time to go. Vámonos, vámonos.
Yeah, we're ready. Yep, ready to conquer day 2. It'll be good.
Where's the mountain?
Right up yonder. It's under the clouds.
Right after breakfast, straight uphill. Got a little traverse ahead of us, so we're excited to reach the plateau.
96 hours till we summit. I don't know, that's for some reason that sounded better than 5 days. Slow and steady, one foot in front of the other.
The second day's hike up to camp on the Shira Plateau is steep and narrow as the dense rainforest gives way to a more sparse and rocky terrain.
It's not beating me up like it did yesterday, which is nice. How about you? Is it beating you up like yesterday?
Yes, beat me up.
With an elevation gain of almost 3,000 feet in a single day comes new fauna, a broader view of our surroundings, and new tests of our endurance.
Well, I knew this was going to be a challenge. Physically, I feel I could make it, but mentally it just eats you up. You just keep thinking about it, and then you start breathing heavier and heavier.
All mental, wasn't it? Yeah, you were so capable of doing this.
You start breathing heavy.
Sherry. You can do it, Cher.
As the family rallies around Sherry, our arrival at the Shira camp is met with a similarly positive attitude from the tireless porters who set up ahead of our arrival.
Day 2 is in the books. It was another long day, and we gained a lot of elevation. Today was the day that I really started feeling it in my lungs for sure. My mom did not have a great day. She woke up not feeling very well. She didn't sleep at all. Gave it her best, hiked the whole day today. She's gonna go down tomorrow morning. We're gonna wish her well, hope she feels better, and the rest of us are gonna make the trek. We're sitting here in the shadow of the mountain. We can see it when the clouds clear, and it's very intimidating. And tomorrow we start hitting real cold weather. You can tell I'm bundled up. It's colder in camp today than I've been the entire trip, and it's gonna get colder. We've got 80% of the journey left, so I'm gonna hopefully get a good night's sleep tonight and hit her hard tomorrow.
Morning prep was bittersweet as Sherry leaves Shira camp for her descent, but her encouragement to carry on helps the family's spirits.
There's very little vegetation, and it's a bunch of rocks, and it's clouded over, and it's raining, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop, and fingers are turning purple.
The team is doing great, you know. As they go higher, they get stronger and stronger. I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
What's going on?
But I don't know, Joseph, but he told us last night at dinner that 70% of us will get sick. So I sure hope, and I'm planning on being in the 30%.
Pole, pole. That's
Pole,
how we
pole.
do it. Yeah.
Let's go, pole, pole.
Let's go.
Day 3 was a challenge. We got to experience a lot of what Kilimanjaro can throw at you. It was a little bit of an altitude test today, so we went up over 15,000 feet and then descended back down, and we're sleeping tonight at 13,000 and some change. And everybody handled the altitude okay, and we got to experience the weather. Our rainproof gear proved to be very unrainproof, and the cold was quite challenging. So tomorrow we'll be layering up and making sure that everything is rain tight. I'm exhausted. I can't wait to shovel down dinner and get a good night's sleep. Get ready for tomorrow.
When it comes to Kilimanjaro, getting ready doesn't just mean choosing the right gear. It also means preparing mentally. And today brings unique tests of both our mental and physical resolve as we take on the most technically challenging portion of our journey.
You just got to take it one step at a time and no longer thinking about the big goal of making it to the top. It's almost just day by day, step by step.
With a 4:30 a.m. wake-up call to beat the foot traffic and the weather on our side, we begin the ascent toward Karanga Camp. All that stands in our way is the 800 feet of sheer cliff face known as Barranco Wall. As difficult as the scramble up Barranco Wall was for our climbing group, it was a good reminder of who's doing the heavy lifting around here.
The porters are the most important people. Without them, the engine doesn't run.
They are carrying more than 20 kilos. Also, they have to get to the camp first to set up the tents, cooking, boiling water, and setting everything to be right for everyone. So they are doing a very big job.
One of the important things on this mountain is how many people it's employing. The impact of tourism goes direct to the society.
While our porters are responsible for carrying the weight of our entire group's gear, the guides bear the burden of keeping relatively inexperienced climbers safe.
My uncle was a guide here, and one day I went to visit him and say, "Hey, Joseph, you got that very hard job. Do you want to try it?" After that climb, I went down. I said, "I'll never climb it again." And then slowly, I started getting more experience. And then I stayed working as a porter for 5 years. So now I become a guide. I have friends everywhere. It becomes something very special to me. Now it's not only the job, but it's something like in my heart. It's different, very different now.
Jumbo, 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 jumbo. Jumbo. Jumbo.
That was a really fun day. Unlike the weather challenges of yesterday, today was absolutely gorgeous, and we tackled the Barranco Wall. And there was one pass in particular where it was about a foot wide, and you kind of hugged the wall and shimmied across. If you happened to fall, it was not going to be pretty. So the climb went absolutely wonderful. Got to camp early, we're resting. I'm thinking about my wife and my son Lyle. He's 6 weeks old, he can't be here with me. But I brought Lyle the crocodile, his stuffed animal. I'm gonna take it to the top and get a photo to hang in his crib. I'm really excited about that, and that's keeping me motivated. We woke up to a nice frost layer on our tent, but when you got out of the tent, it was the most breathtaking view that I've ever seen. And behind us is the summit, and it is getting closer and closer. It looks a little less daunting than it did early on when we were way back down.
I think we have about a mile of elevation left to go.
Yeah. So we'll take it one step at a time.
Yes, sir.
The climb to Barafu Camp is the steepest yet. A 2,500-foot elevation gain along the exposed ridge of the mountain, combined with the ever-thinning air, makes for a punishing day's hike. And while the group's attitude remains positive, there are certainly no delusions about the challenge we've undertaken.
Well, we're at day 5. We're at base camp. We blast off for the summit, I think, in about 8-9 hours. I'm pretty confident. I'm just going to go one step at a time, and Joseph's going to keep a good eye on all of us, and if anybody's getting sick, we'll turn around immediately and head back.
As confident as we may be, it's clear that this is no time for taking risks. Our final blood and pulse checks before the morning of our summit feel less routine and more essential.
The last hour or so, we were in 2-lane traffic as people coming off of the summit were passing us by, and it was really interesting to see how everyone was doing. There were people who were doing quite poorly, and I've been pretty confident the entire time, and that started to plant a seed of doubt. We got dinner in a few hours, some midday sleeping, and then a midnight wake-up call to begin the longest day of our journey. I'm exhausted. I can't wait to make it all worth it. Hi, my name is Travis Nelson. One World documentary, Mount Kilimanjaro, will be back right after this.
This is day 6, fed enough. It'll be very rewarding at the top, and our little attitude problems will be gone when we get up there, when we start the descent.
No attitude, I'm ready to feel normal again. Everybody, the altitude's got you a little bit. You're breathing heavy no matter what. Can't take more than 5-6 steps and you're pretty labored, so.
We're gonna hike by headlamp, which should add a new unique twist to the 6 days of grinding we've been doing.
I'm ready as I'll ever be. No turning back now.
At 18,000 feet, there is no sound except for the wind and the steps of our boots on rocks that would be more at home on the moon than on Earth. There are no plants or animals to be seen. All that's here is what we've brought with us.
So I'm kind of glad we're hiking in the dark, because I really wouldn't want to be looking at it. When you look up and you see the headlamps up there and you realize how far you've got to go, and imagine if it was daylight, you could actually visualize it. So it's colder than I thought it was going to be, and it's harder than I thought it was going to be, but no whining, and I'll see you at the top.
Even if not for the dark, the pace is slow, even by Pole standards. Every step is a struggle, and the breaks to catch our breath are frequent. On the final break, before reaching the false peak of Stella Point, Todd told some of the team that he can't go on. The news spreads quickly. But the group must continue without him if we're to reach the summit in time to make the return trip to base camp. The line moves slowly in the fading dark. Each of us search for the strength to continue to put one foot in front of the other. The sun rises through the clouds below us as we make our way up the side of the mountain towards Stella Point, the final stop before the summit.
We made it. There were so many points this morning where I was ready to give up. It was pitch black. You could just only see the 2 feet in front of you. You just take another step, and it was kind of like that all day.
Making it to Stella Point is a cause for celebration. But Travis and our guides, Moses and Joseph, have yet to arrive. It turns out they've left something important behind.
Hey, good job, Moses. My dad's not a real emotional person, and I could tell he was holding back the emotions pretty good. Our leader, Joseph, went down and said, listen, there's nothing physically wrong with you. It's all mental. You're stronger than this. Let's go.
Oh, well done, Todd.
Hey,
Good job.
Thank you, man.
You are strong. You did it.
Oh, we got one leg left.
Strong.
He had the fortitude to never quit. It was a powerful moment to see his determination.
We went through this mentally and physically exhausting and overwhelming experience. It was one of those moments I really will never forget.
When he really rallied my dad to the top, I think that really showed that the family as a whole getting to the top together was the most important thing.
I don't know, I just didn't expect that. And thank goodness for Joseph and Moses, because I think I quit at about 18,000 feet. They dug me up, and it's good. It's good. Joseph, how long's that next leg gonna take?
45 minutes to 1 hour.
Will we get it done before dinner?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we will. He's the pro that's the leader of the pack, and he wouldn't put us in harm's way, and that's why we're continuing to climb. And he knows when we've had enough and it's time to turn around, and you knew we didn't you?
So emotional.
I know, I was too.
You guys are strong. That's the only thing I can say. Let's finish it.
All right, well, I need a gallon of water first.
Being at the summit with everybody, seeing everybody accomplish the goal that we set out a year and a half ago to do was, truly something awesome.
I was actually quite surprised at how emotional summiting Kilimanjaro really was. I will never do it justice in words, that's for sure.
I would never have made this climb without the kids there and everybody supporting us. Not only is Todd and Travis planning on bringing their sons back, Caleb is planning on bringing little Caleb back, Ashley and him both, to do this same climb and do this same torture again because they want their kids to experience this.
When my dad was ready to give up, Joseph said to him, "You aren't sick enough to go down, and you must continue." That was what it was all about, is finding your reason to keep taking another step. I hope that I can take some of the motivation and the feelings I have now and just bring some of that into my life. The attitude it takes to climb Kilimanjaro would be useful in every single moment of your life.
The many challenges faced on Mount Kilimanjaro are enough to test the determination of even the most committed climbers. Our family leaves the mountain forever changed, and with an unforgettable reminder of what we're capable of achieving together.
Okay, it is official. I know where I'm going to stay the next time I come up here to Kalahari. Carolyn, these are just breathtaking.
Thank you. Welcome to the Nyumba Entertainment Suites at Kalahari.
So you know where that you can come and rest your head and really also be entertained all in one suite.
Yes, these are standalone villas that sleep up to 22 guests and have an amazing array of amenities right here.
So you're saying, though, I should bring some friends with me, right? I don't think I can do that on my own, but if I bring 21 friends, I'm good to go.
Yes, they're perfect for multifamily getaways, corporate events, private parties, weddings, really anything.
And are there 2 floors?
Yes, they're 2-story. They have a full kitchen, fully supplied to cook great meals, host events, and then all of your entertainment amenities, pool, games, music, TV.
You want to give me a little tour real quick?
I would love to show you, Natalie.
Let's go inside. Okay, there's no doubt that we had to walk in here. It's more of a see to believe situation. These are unbelievable.
They're gorgeous. They are just beautiful.
Look at this place. So this is kind of like a living area that you have right here. And then, is that a sunroom out there?
Yes, it's a beautiful sunroom that you can enjoy the gorgeous backyard and beach volleyball area.
And they have a patio. I mean, I saw people laying out over there. So
Yes.
if you don't want to sit over by the water park, you could sit here and lay out.
In your own private backyard.
This is wild. That's a 2-story fireplace. That just looks beautiful. And so they really have tried to incorporate all of the whole African theme over into the suites as well.
Yes, all African inspired, and I even see a drum over there by the fire.
See, now, put a fire on, do a little drum session.
Yes.
You're good to go.
Yes.
This kitchen, no wonder you can have 22 people stay in here.
You can prepare meals, special events. You can do it all in a kitchen like this.
Look at those countertops too. That you still have the vibe. I see the whole theme right here in the suites as well. There's the games that you were talking about.
Games. You gotta have games.
And how about the pool table? I was thinking maybe, I don't know, it's like a little mini pool table. You have a full-blown pool table in these. You have 2 bedrooms on the first floor. It just goes and goes and goes. And then upstairs, the other bedrooms and the bathrooms. I heard something about, if you're bringing a bunch of clothes, that you might be in good hands here too.
You're right, Natalie. You can wash and dry your stuff and take all your clothes home clean.
So, really, you don't, until you get to the water park. This in itself, I would think, is a draw to come and stay here at the resort.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. There is something for everyone in this house. You can have your own self-time, you can have family time playing games, your shuttle ride away from the water park and the convention center. It's right here on property.
These are, I think it's you gotta stay here once in your life. If you come here to Kalahari and you want to just one-time experience, you gotta do it. This is the way to live it up, maybe for a celebration of some sort. I'm sure you get a lot of people who do birthdays or other types of celebrations.
100% special celebrations, birthday parties, anniversaries. It's a really nice place to meet with your family.
Well, I'm gonna get out my phone and try to find my list of 21 friends that I'm gonna bring with me the next time I'm here. These are awesome.
Thanks, Natalie.
Stick around, we'll have more after the break. know, there really is so much more to Kalahari Resorts and Convention Center because, you know, you think of the resort itself, Carolyn, and there's all the water parks, there's so much activity going on, but there's so much that happens here in the Convention Center area.
You are right, Natalie. The Convention Center is full of activity, just like that water park. 215,000 square feet of flexible space. All of the rooms are diverse. They're exciting. There's truly nothing conventional about this convention center.
Oh, I like it. I like where you're going with it. One of the neatest things when you're walking through the whole convention center area is all of the artifacts and the artwork. I mean, we're coming up on these doors here.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Aren't those the
Yes.
most beautiful things?
I agree with you. That is so exciting to walk through a convention center and actually see authentic African artwork that the Nelson family has brought back for their conventioneers to enjoy during their meeting time.
Now, when people are coming in here and they're renting out the space, I'm sure you get a variety of different types of events that are coming in. I mean, what can we see when you're in here?
Well, I mentioned the diverse space, which means that really it will work for any group. We have family reunions, we have beautiful weddings that we feature, corporate events and meetings. We have, you know, training events, summits, and really the space is so large that you can fit up to about 4,000, 5,000 people, I believe.
Wow.
Yes.
I know they have so many different activities. Every time we're up here, there's something going on. And I think that just speaks to the fact that it really is an area where there's so much happening under one roof. And I think that's really what the Nelson family had hoped for, is to get so much under one roof.
Agreed. It is truly the ultimate place to combine work and pleasure, meaning that we're connected to the water park, to the hotel rooms, and that you can enjoy your meeting time with your family as well.
And again, we're looking through, we got to keep walking over here because as we walk through here and looking at the artwork, I have to show you. It's right next to us right now. Look at this thing. Now, I know that Travis had mentioned to me, Travis Nelson had mentioned that they handpick all of the artwork that goes in here. I had a feeling this was not that easy to get over to the U.S.
Everything that is brought over is quite the process, yes. But I think that's one of the neatest things about the property is that everything is hand-selected for our guests to enjoy.
And now, I know you mentioned the variety, the diversity
Yes,
when it comes
yes.
to what is here. You said 39 different rooms?
39 diverse meeting rooms that all look different, which I think is exciting to travel for work and see things other than just a wall.
So you could have a dance competition going on at one
Yes,
time, a wedding
yes.
the same time, a family all in the same day, and you probably wouldn't even know the other activity was going on.
Not in this large space, you're right. They do a really, really great job of dividing it up and making sure that you have your own meeting space for your group or your dance competition or whatever it may be, your special event.
So if someone's thinking about that and considering wanting to book a room, as easy as calling and getting, I'm sure that you book up, so you want to call in advance.
Yes,
to make
book
sure you're getting
out to
that.
get exactly what you'd like. Give us a call, and we have a really great team that will make sure it's personalized for exactly what you need.
There's pictures to take everywhere. I feel like it's just one of those places where when you're here, you got to take the snapshots because
Yes.
it's such a cool environment. Carolyn, thank you so much for showing us this. And again, now you know where you can book your stay and have a little bit of fun too.
Absolutely, Natalie. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, that's going to do it for our time here at Kalahari Resorts and Conventions, and we do hope you give it a try. There is definitely something for everyone, something always new and exciting. And of course, it's a whole lot more than a water park, as you learned today. For Natalie Herbeck, I'm David Moss, and guess what? We'll see you on the next New Day Cleveland.